Up next, it's our main... The spot in the NFC Championship game. This one is underway. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate, that defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. But that QB speed is a difference maker.
On target to Jackson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
From the 47. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives them the first. Man in motion here. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Gets it to him on the screen. He's still going at the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Motioning the tight end now. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. They have it 1st and goal, an early lead available here in the postseason. Putting a receiver in motion. Working inside the red zone. Setting up the running back screen. And in for the touchdown. So that right there, Brock, exactly what you want to start off a contest.
Opening drives are such tone setters. You come out flat as a group, maybe go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying the right side. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Waiting their turn on that sideline. You'd have thought they'd be focused in and ready for this, Brock, but instead, their very first snap nearly ends with them giving it away.
Well, thankfully, somebody was focused and quick thinking to get back on that ball. Now you got to settle down. You got to get back to that script and flush that negative play away.
And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. An early jump of the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Play action on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32, into traffic, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Slot receiver headed left. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. Breaks across midfield, hits the opposing territory. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. To throw it on 1st down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Hits his running back. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
He puts one through the uprights, and now he'll send it towards the other end zone. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
That's into the hands of Franklin.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third down from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll throw it again. Brought in right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From midfield now. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He'll throw it yet again. Finds a man right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down. They give it to him again. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's into the red zone on that run, down to the 18. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. It's a 2-score game early. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Pass play now. From the pocket, looking for a target. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, Kate. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. This will be a 44-yard look. Moody knocks it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That's complete to Jackson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
And 4 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to the air here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. Complete beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Still sticking with the passing game. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Throwing it again here. This is reeled in by Jackson. And he will take this in. Touchdown! So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys double their lead to 14. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense getting all set for this series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. It's Pickens on the slant. 40! And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there.
He sends this one to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half. But hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB. Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And these guys stretch their lead to 21. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Here's Smith on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's got room to roam here. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's going to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
First and 10 from the 41. Airing it out to start this drive. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 16-yard line.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 16. This one's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll try and punch it in. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Roll trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on third down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, gotta play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a third consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. Working quickly here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get...
Oh, no, they get him yet again! And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Looking for a throw here. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it sets up 2nd down. Now looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Only time left for 1 more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from 30 yards out. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that grows the lead to 27.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So we're to halftime in this fight for a spot in the NFC Championship game. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports
halftime
report.
Let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far,
teed up,
but there's still
off
plenty of time left for this one
3.
to tighten up significantly.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this one, well, I think we all know it's going to be a tough one to watch again on film, but a lot to be learned from this showing here, right? He's been intercepted 4 times, and it's been real tough to get a good read on what the coverage has been doing to stop him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And they're going to have a 1st down.
And a 1st down.
This time it's a passing play. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That pick 6 ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there was any hope left, they sure could have used some points. And they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. That's for an offense who just threw the interception. Heading right back out there, you better flush it fast.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys grow their lead yet again.
Team 37. Visitors 3.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this offense. And like a swarm of hornets, the coverage has been everywhere this offense has tried to throw it. So many possessions lost to interceptions, as we're being reminded of right here.
Yeah, think about it from a pure mathematical perspective. That's as many as 24 to 20, even 32 points left on the table offensively. That's enough to win a brand new football game. Kept off the board by a secondary. You call them hornets, I call them dancing like a butterfly and stinging like a bee.
I love it. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They motion the slot man right. On 2nd and 9. That one's complete right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 44.
The running back on
That's a pickup of 9.
the tackle made.
And it sets up first down.
A gain of 9 yards. Result is a first down.
Another carry for him. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. Tight end makes the grab. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Throwing off the play fake here. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
It's a gain of
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
first down.
They'll try and throw it here. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be a first down.
Gain of 9 yards. And a first down.
They put a receiver in motion here left. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. There's a handoff up the gut. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. And we're going to stop for a minute here. Looks like the back was injured after handling that carry, so we'll check on his status after this break. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. Call it 8 yards, and it's 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Moody knocks it through. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To the air now on 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And they'll have 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Caught for big yards on the right side. He makes it in for the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys continue piling onto this lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense ready to get going again now. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. They'll come out throwing. Brought in right side. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
Back to throw now. Oh no, they get him yet again. And they'll force a loss on the return, but that turnover still stings.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Their offense running back out now. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
They go play action on first. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 23. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Here comes their offense out again. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Slot man in motion left. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
A give now from the gun. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Receiver in motion going left. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Well, best of luck here. It's fourth and a considerable distance. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Cut out left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
That's complete right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll throw it again. Hauled in left side. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one gains 7. And that'll give him a first down. Give to the fullback, diving straight ahead. And he drives this forward to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the defender comes away with it. He's off to the races. The 30. He's at the 10. And he makes the Hets go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. But we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. He had no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. He just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff or going 100+ for a pick 6. Wow.
That one right down the middle. And his guys tack on 7 more to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And this one does not go far. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
It's Pickens on the slant. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 17-yard line.
From the 17. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, Franklin. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Drops back. Needs an open man.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Moody knocks it through. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Return coming from the 6. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
And they're on the 31-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give them a 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now a give on the counter. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge off the gut.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
And he's going to be bottled up after taking it down to the 43. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
They're throwing it. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, they'll run. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, You know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And their run through the playoffs has reached the penultimate stop on the tracks. The conference championship game next week. And they're going to need the same type of effort from this game, Brock, to carry forward to reach the end of the line and earn that Super Bowl appearance. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. What a game for our winners as we bid you farewell from San Antonio.